Thank you and hello everyone for joining this breakout room. It's soon here that ban room không event đấy. Hơi khai nick nhưng mà chạy làm lệ bật episode khai để tôn gần nâng cả đặc biệt I have got she can supporting her education changes in nation. Lisa, are you going to be the one who's presenting the slides or are we there yet?
Oh. I'll help you with the slide. Is some problem?
And it's good to see some of the familiar names. Okay, here it is. So welcome. I will be sharing some of my experience with She Can, which stands for Supporting Her Education Changes a Nation. If you want to know some further detail, please go over the website. Here's the link. Can you move to the next slide, please? So I will start with the application process. When the bone you apply online, time application means several essays. High essays leadership experience, personal stories, achievements, and etc. Some of the tips I have is that you have to be honest. Like, don't write something that is not yours, and be authentic. Be who you are. Sometimes the most mundane things in your life isn't mundane to another person. For example, you want to write a story about how you go to sleep and you usually end your day by writing on your diary for 15 minutes or so. That seems like mundane to you, but when you present this activity to another person, it tells a whole lot, like another story. So I would recommend you try to write something mundane. You don't have to write everything grand, like you won like the first, you're the top student in your class, or you won a like big competition. Like that would be good if you have it, but it's just be all right. It's all right if you write about the mundane things. And start early because the application process is in July. So try to prepare your essays or ask several people to read and edit your application, because they like another person who's reading your application can give you a lot of feedback, so you can edit and make it better. So that's some of the tips for the online application. Can you? Yes. And then if you're selected, you would get into the interview process. Do I have to speak in Khmer? I don't really know. Hello, everyone. Are you comfortable with me speaking in English, or do you need some translation? I think Vichika will understand. Parimali will understand too. But I'll try to translate if I have to. បន្ទាប់មកយើងមានវគ្គសម្ភាសន៍នោះគឺយើងត្រូវបានសម្ភាសន៍ដោយ She Can staff ចំនួន2នាក់ធម្មតាមាន She Can staff ម្នាក់ហើយនឹង mentor ម្នាក់ទៀតហើយការសម្ភាសន៍នោះគឺគេចង់សួរយើងពី leadership experience, personal stories, achievements, hobbies ហើយមាន hypothetical questions ទៀត hypothetical questions is like if you have $5,000, what would you do with it? Or if you were to be given one wish, what would that wish be? So something like that. High tip again, to be honest, like you don't have to say something that doesn't feel like you, and make sure your answers line up with your application essays. Application essays prepare to, when you go to the interview process, make sure that you prepare application essays you say to AK class from the you click smile. You want to represent like this friendly person like in you. So please show that by smiling. Another one is to relax. I know that it can be stressful. You want to impress others, but try to relax and see and make it seem like it's just a conversation between two friends. Okay, next slide, please. And then you have the cafe chat. The cafe chat is when you meet with a group of candidates and Chheav recruiting staff to discuss some social issues like LGBTQ, women inequality, education, health system, things like that. So make sure you are prepared. And world news and current affairs. It's gonna help you. It makes you seem like more informed, and it gives like a better impression to the Chheav staff as well. Hay Namui, even though this is a competition, cafe chat, no, treat it like you are talking to a group of friends at a lunch table or a dinner table. So don't stress out and just be yourself. Like say whatever you need to do, but don't feel like you have to like answer every questions, and don't feel like you have to disagree all the times. Yeah. So this is the cafe chat. Next slide, please. Hi. The next round is the speech. You will give a speech. Usually Chheav would give you 3 or 4 topics, and you have to choose one to talk about 3 minutes. Hey, your audience is just other candidates and the Chheav staff as well. Nhưng tao ăn xong rạc thả muối hơi thơm đá Chheav cái này oi topic dương mời dương chơi đó. Hơi thêm để nhóm miếng cứ dương tao tại prepare, dương tao tại riêng luôn, practice it over and over again. Nhưng ai xong mình phép dương chừng này xong ở còn chừng này về buôn cái cam tí ở step về dương practice hơi ở còn oi thêm dương bàn chớn. Hơi cái oi dương bơi nè tí dương ai tao lớn thì bơi nè tí hơi còn you shouldn't like be under 3 minutes. Okay, and I'm going to speak clearly because you have to speak in English, and if English is not your native language, it can be a bit especially it's in Zoom, so if it's unclear then it will not impress the Chheav recruiting staff. So try to speak clearly. If you need to be slow, then be slow. Sorry. The amount of the young job interview process, Chheav and the speeches and everything, make project movie. It is called Take the Lead project. So you have to come up with a project. It can be online or in person. That project we're going to contribute to a solution. Contribute a solution to a problem that you see in your everyday life. It can be about education. It can be about health. And this is a way for you to lead. Holistically, the personality high school. So this is a way for you to lead. It's different from your academic performance, because you are showing that you care about the society that you live in. And it looks good on the common application. Actually, it's not just with the common application. Whenever you apply for something, if you put your Take the Lead project, it will impress the one that's gonna review your application. Hay biết your way that young demonstrate skills you with your managing people, solving problems, and like being flexible. Okay, next. Okay, and then when everything is done, there's a lot of things that are good about Chheav, and I would recommend you to apply. So first, it's about the mentors. We have the mentors that are very caring, and they will help you throughout the entire application process to universities, and they will host you in during the holiday seasons, and they're just like your friends and your family in America. And you also have leadership trainings as well. I think every January there's like a leadership training with Chheav where you get to learn from other inspiring speakers, and you go to like social events, and there's networking. Chheav is like a hub. There's several, like a lot of people from different types of backgrounds and careers that you're going to meet, and it's a way for you to do like networking so that you can go and like get a job or just going to like a social event, something like that. And you also have college opportunities. Just a reminder, she can remember how to go to Schoolវិទ្យាល័យទេប៉ុន្តែវាជា program ដែលអាចដឹកនាំយើងឲ្យដាក់ហារូបករណ៍ទៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យនៅសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិក so គេតែងតែមាន connection ជាមួយ they call it a coalition, so they have connection with other schools, so whenever you apply to a school, because you have connection with SheCan, you are likely to get accepted. Yes, and that is it for me, for my experience with the process. If you have any questions, please ask. And again, I would recommend you to go and also check out their website. Then you can know like the age requirement and some of the qualifications you need to apply.
បងអរគុណច្រើនមែនទេសម្រាប់ការគឺបទបង្ហាញបើសិនជាអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាមានចម្ងល់អីពីការធ្វើបទបង្ហាញរបស់គាត់ឬក៏កន្លែងណាអត់ច្បាស់អីអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចសួរគាត់បានតាម chat box ក៏បានដែរ Okay. Is there any question? Okay. អញ្ចឹងយើងមានសំណួរពីបងវិជ្ជការសាន់ If you got selected for SheCan, we will work on that program online or offline.
Thank you, Wichika. That's a very good question. Depending on the circumstance, like this year and last year, because of the pandemic, everything is mostly online. But usually, like before the pandemic, the SheCan recruiting staff actually traveled from America to Cambodia, so we actually get to do speeches and interviews in person instead of online. But also, some of the things will be online too. For example, if you have to work on your SAT or your Ielts, the trainers will be from America, so you will study like via Zoom instead of in person.
Another question from Niat. Is high school grade a big deal for SheCan? Do you have to be a straight A's or B student to get selected?
Okay, thank you, Niat. It depends, because if you don't have a good grade, but then you don't have like other things like extracurricular activities or leadership experience, then it doesn't really impress them. So you have to have a balance. You don't need straight A's to be accepted. As a matter of fact, if you get straight A's, but if you don't have leadership experience or any other achievements or extracurricular activities, it might not also you might not also get selected. So try to view yourself holistically. The word holistically means like គេមើលយើងតាំងពី personality តាំងពី activities ដែលយើងធ្វើកាលយើងនៅ high school តាំងពី grades អីដែរ so not really, but it can be.
អរគុណច្រើនអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាមានសំណួរអីផ្សេងទៀតអាចសួរបានខ្ញុំមាន question ដែលបានត្រៀមទុកតើក្រៅពី website យើងអាចរកអាហារូបករណ៍ SheCan ហ្នឹងតាមរយៈ social media អីបានអត់បង
Yes, absolutely. SheCan mean account on Facebook, mean page on Facebook, on Instagram, and I think Twitter too. So if you would like to go there and check it out, feel free to do so. Usually just type in like SheCan with like big letters and a hyphen between she and can, and you will likely find the page.
So another question from Vichika San. How long is the program, like months or weeks?
That's a very good question too. For clarification, when you say program, do you include like the online application process? ដូចពេលយើងកំពុង apply ឬមួយតែពេលយើងបានទៅ take the lead project ហើយពីព្រោះ program នេះវា depends ដែរបើសិនជាពីព្រោះ process វាមានចាប់ពី application that starts in July បន្ទាប់មកទៀតយើងមានដូចជា interview យើងមាន cafe chat យើងមាន speech ហើយយើងមាន take the lead យើងមានការប្រឡង Ielts ហើយនឹង SAT ហើយក្នុងអំឡុងពេលនោះវាប្រហែលជាដល់ like May. So to be honest, it's like a month, a year, sorry, from July until next year May to do everything.
Okay, so from the start, like when fail ដែលយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមដាក់ពាក្យហ្នឹងហ្មងរហូតដល់យើងជាប់រហូតដល់យើងចាប់ project ហ្នឹងគឺប្រហែលជាមួយឆ្នាំ
Yes.
Okay. So a questionពីបង Mali. What kind of activities does she can require?
Thank you, Mali. So any activities that you did in school, like I know you did UN or current affairs club, running club, music club, movies club, like any of the activities that you have, you should put them in. And they don't really judge what activities you're doing, even like volunteering, that will make you like shine and stand out from the rest of the other candidates. Because in my opinion, Chheav Academy, the school that I'm in, we are given to a lot of opportunities with extracurricular activities, and a lot of other schools do not have that. So if you have that, it will make you look very good.
Another question from Mia. In your opinion, between competition or upskilling coding program and volunteering, which one would look the best on the application, or they are equally important?
That's not really me to judge, but I would say that if you have both, put them in. Both of them have a lot of advantages. So I don't know which one is more important. It's just gonna show the type of person you are. If you're volunteering, it means that you like to help others, and if you have like coding skill, that shows that you're well-rounded. You do things that are different from what the school offers, like what high school offers you. Mali, can I answer, Lisa?
Sure.
So as I mentioned before, we have mentors. Mentors, like the people that's gonna help you when you get to college. So they will host you in like in Christmas holidays and Thanksgiving. You go to their house, you live with them. They also get you settled in at school, because when you go to America, you're going to be alone. You don't have any friends there. It's going to be a different life, and it will be difficult, but they are the one who will be there by your side to help you. They buy you clothes if you need to. They take you on trips. So those are mentors, and they will help you academically as well. For example, you're suffering in calculus class. They are the one, they can train you, they help you, they tutor you, or they can also find tutors for you. For example, I didn't study calculus in high school. So one of my mentors, her major in college is math. So she actually taught me math. And another mentor is very good with essays because she's a writer. So when I was applying to a college in the US, she actually reviewed my letters and essays. So that's the type of mentors that you're gonna get. Also leadership experience. She will give you like training. They call it a leadership summit in January. So what you got is they invited a lot of speakers. Most of them like are high achieving people. They will come and they will talk about their life experience and how to be a better leader, and you learn from them, and you attend social events and things like that. So that's with the leadership and networking. Chheav has a lot of people, like there's people that are doctors, there are teachers, there are presidents, there are CEOs, people that work at Facebook. So they give you the opportunity to know other people so they can connect you to different careers or different jobs. So yeah, networking. And I think another one is college opportunity. There's other Chheav who well known. Hay Sala picture now US, which is Baxen where I'm going, Baxen College, mean Lafayette College, mean Bucknell University, mean Syracuse University. Cứ mean tầm nệ tầm nôngជាមួយ Chheav. Là bên nào để dân ban chụp Chheav hay dân đặc biệt là Sala nốt cứ kia làตัว score យើង So that's the benefits that you're gonna get.
Wow, that's a lot and impressive.
Okay.
So another question from Nick. Could you briefly tell us about the activities you did in high school in order to get accepted?
Thank you, Nick. So some of the activities that I did is UN, Model United Nations. Also, I did music club. I played the ukulele and I performed in like school events like Christmas, Khmer New Year, honors assembly. Another thing that I did was a running club. And also I also did volunteering activities. For example, I volunteered at a youth club called Chheav. So what I did there is I translate their like Facebook post, because the one that usually created the post, she speaks English. So I would like look at it and try to translate it to Khmer, and then they would post it in social media. Sometimes I also created a social media post. Usually it's about education, youth empowerment, employment opportunities, and things like that. So those are some of the activities that I did. I will be honest, I don't think I did like numerous activities, just the right amount, not too little, not a lot.
How many students does Chheav accept in average annually?
The last when I applied, there were 5 other scholars. Sorry, 4, including me. There are 5, and I think last year there are 5 too. And this year they're gonna increase it. It depends on the funding that they get. If they get a lot of fundings, and if they get to connect to other universities in America, they will increase the numbers of Chheav scholars. So I wouldn't say there's a fixed amount. It depends on the year.
It depends every year. Any other question, everyone? There's an academic lower time there. So about Chheav. Okay, so I mean, this is no bao nhiêu muốn.ដល់ពេលដែលបងដាក់ scholarship ហ្នឹងតើណាគេខ្លះដែលអាចដាក់បានណាបងព្រោះអី Chheav គេដឹង Chheav គឺសម្រាប់នារីប៉ុន្តែក្រៅពីនារីអ្នកដែលមានគុណសម្បត្តិមិនខ្លះដែលអាចដាក់បានអញ្ចឹងហ៎បង
Okay, I will let you know the requirement first. So age ពីអាយុ17ដល់អាយុ20ហើយថ្ងៃគឺគេរើសនៅក្នុង3ប្រទេស Guatemala, Cambodia ហើយនិង Liberia មានន័យថាតើយើងមាន តើយើងរស់នៅក្នុងប្រទេសទាំង3នេះយើងអាច apply បានហើយមួយទៀតគឺយើងអាចរៀននៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាបានតែធ្វើម៉េចកុំឲ្យដល់ឆ្នាំទី3គេរកតែឆ្នាំទី2ចុះក្រោមទេមួយទៀតយើងមកពី low income household មានន័យថាយើងអាចគេមើលយើងជីវភាពយើងដែរបើមិនយើងអាច afford to go to a college they will choose you so those are some of the requirements.
From Mali, what program does it offer us?
I'm not sure if I understand your question, Mali. Like program. It's just like Chheav is like a program. It's not really a scholarship. It's probably a program, and then it offers you scholarship to go to different universities. តែតាមពិត university ទេគាត់ជាអ្នក fund យើងឲ្យទៅរៀននៅដូចជាសាលា Babson, Lafayette គេជាអ្នក fund យើងឲ្យទៅរៀននៅសាលាគេតែ Chheav គឺដូចជាស្ពានមួយដែលយើងបើស្អីយើងមានឈ្មោះជា Chheav scholar គឺគេទទួលស្គាល់យើង so that's what Chheav is but I'm not sure if what programs I'm not sure if there's like a specific name for the program.
So, a question from Nate. If you want to major in the STEM field in college, would it be harder to get accepted in Chheav or university college in general?
Chheav does not judge you based on what major you're going to take in college. So if you want to take STEM, they will highly encourage you to do so. If you want to take humanities or even social science, feel free to do so. Like you're free when you go to college, do whatever you feel you're good at and that you're going to be happy with it. So no judgment. But in my opinion, a lot of like STEM is highly recommended in a lot of other programs. There's even like a specific program where they only choose people who study STEM.
So another question from Wikipedia. Does Chheav only have coalition with US colleges? No other countries?
Exactly. They only have coalitions with US colleges.
Okay. អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាមានសំណួរអីបន្តទៀតអាចនេះបាន Okay, so from Nate, could you let us know what you are studying in college?
I will be studying business and entrepreneurship at Babson College. But I'm really like interested in Lisa's choice. You choose international relations, which is actually what I also wanted to study in college. But you know, you can't choose a lot of choices. So choose something that you feel like you're gonna be happy with it. So I did choose business.
Okay. Actually, my major is like I chose it because I'm more interested in political things, like growing up watching the news. So another question from Technica. For first section, which one is difficult, Bong?
Kanika, can you mean 4 sections? What are the 4 sections are you referring to?
I think the process.
Process?
Yeah, the interviews and stuff.
The process, which one is the most difficult? I won't treat it as like difficulty, but I want to talk about something that is interesting to me. For me, I think the cafe chat is the most fun and interesting because I like Lisa, I like to talk about politics, and for some reason it will come up. The topic of politics will come up, and then you get to be very passionate about it. And also a lot of the topics that have came up includes books. I love to read books, so that did come up. Music, So sometimes it's not really difficult. They will ask you like, what's your favorite singer? And then you got to talk a lot about Justin Bieber or someone like that. And also they ask you about current events. So that for me, that's the most fun. And then I think the most stressful for me is probably the speech because để nó cứ process trong tròi vàពេលនេះគឺគេកំពុងតែជំរុញសពី3នាក់ so you feel like a lot of pressure and also they give you like a week to prepare, so I have to come up with like a speech. I have to write them down and I practice a lot and a lot and a lot, and it's difficult and there's like a lot of other scholars that are going to look at you, so yeah, that's difficult for me but also interesting.
So I feel like for every scholarship it has not to be easy. Like if it's easy,
Everyone's just gonna be in a scholarship. Is it easy? It's not.
Yes, that's right. So a question from Strian. How about the IELTS preparation and SAT? What do you think about it?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
I think they are time consuming because especially for people who have experience with standardized testing like ACT, SAT, it's gonna be very like difficult and time consuming. I'm not going to discourage you and say it's difficult. It actually is, depending on your experience. But for me, I get really tired of the reading section because a lot of the times they give you I'm talking about SAT right now. So they give you like 4 answers on the SAT and a lot of them are similar, and it's difficult in the reading section. The math is okay, and also the language, I think with the language. So they want to test you not on your knowledge about anything, not general knowledge, but basically on your math and your English. So if you're good at math and if you're good at English, don't feel too worried about it, but you still have to practice, but just take it easy. And then for IELTS preparation, you have about 3 months to prepare with a tutor. They have tutor in America. You're gonna do like 1-to-1 session, kind of like once a week, and you have to practice on your own on the weekend. And then they have like the IELTS test in Phnom Penh. For me, I didn't get to do the SAT. I did practice the SAT, but I didn't get to do it because of the COVID. So they planned like 3 times and they got canceled because of COVID. So I never got to do SAT, but luckily, colleges in the US requirement គេឆ្នាំនេះគឺគេអត់យក ACT និង SAT ដែរ so it's easier for me that way. But I would say that they are time consuming, but if you ever get to do IELTS preparation and SAT, take advantage of it because it's going to help you with your English, and also it's just a good experience. You're going to learn something new.
That is really good. From Pat Satsin, how to have a good prepare for this scholarship.
Thank you, Satsin. I don't know what year are you in. Are you in high school or are you in college? Satsin, do you mind me asking? Because it depends. Like, okay, if you're in high school, these are some of my advice. Can you hear the background noise? Hopefully not.
Yes, a little bit, but
if you're in high school, try to do a lot of activities, extracurricular activities, and if your high school does not offer them, make it your own. Maybe form a book club or form a club to help teach kids English, Khmer, or reading, anything like that. Do it on your own, something that you're happy and you're passionate about. So it will shine out when you apply, and also practice your English because English is very important. If you want to get a good score on your IELTS and your SAT, practice beforehand. Do a lot of reading in English, watch a lot of news in English, watch a lot of TVs in English to make yourself more fluent, I would say, and you're good to go. And with academics wise, you also have to be, you don't have to be super strong like #1, but you should be a B or A student to apply for the scholarship.
So I want to share a little bit about the extracurricular activities. Like for me, when I was in high school, it was not that much activities for me to do in my school. So I do other stuff like these things like SISC, if you know. Mostly when it is COVID and most of the events are online, it is easier to find all those activities. And another things is the activities, if it's not if it is offline, mostly people in Phnom Penh has more advantages.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I like this Gontrai, like this what do I call it? Kind of like a program, because this is a way for you to shine out. Like you're trying to help people find scholarships and you give them more knowledge, something that they do not know. So this is like one of the initiatives that you can do, and there are a lot more other things that you can do. Before we go on to the next question, I just want to also introduce you to my the project that I did when I applied. So it's called Active Girls Club, which is quite I don't know, you put Active Youth Club. For me it's Active Girls Club, so I only have girls to come to my club every weekend, and we do 4 main activities. I taught them English, we did meditation, arts and crafts, and reading. And every week we have different activities, and it was really fun. But that's one of the projects that you can do. And mine was in person, but you can do, you know, online as well. Yeah.
So a little bit of promotion. Since this project is organized by SISC also. SISC is a club that create projects like of a club of a high school, not a high school student, of a group of high school students that see the problems in their society and create projects to help the society.
Yeah.
And I think when they about the application is around September, but I'm not quite sure, but they will post it later. So another question from Srian. In Ielts preparation, what happens if the candidate does not get the target score?
Thank you, Srian. Are you Muy Srian? I was just wondering because your name seems familiar. Maybe not. Okay.
I'm Main Srian.
Oh, yeah, you're a Shikan candidate, right?
Yep, bong.
Okay, I get to see you in the afternoon too. So. Are you worried about the IELTS preparation, Srian?
Yes, of course, bong, because we get like under 1 month of preparation, so pretty not confident in that.
I wouldn't agree with you because your English is really good, but I would say that you don't just get one chance to do the IELTS. Probably get 2 chances, and also you have Duolingo. Duolingo can help. Like some of the candidates, the scholars this year, they didn't do the IELTS. I mean, they did the IELTS preparation, but they didn't get the target score. So what they did the Duolingo score and they passed, because what I've heard is that a Duolingo score is like the Duolingo test is easier and much more like less time consuming. So you have like a lot of, like, I would say, things to do to show like your English proficiency, either the Duolingo or the IELTS. And the Duolingo, if you didn't get past the first time, there's like 3 or 4 other times you can do it. But don't make it a habit like try to get it the first shot you're given. But yes, so you probably get 2 chances for your IELTS. I'm not sure how many chances they will give, but just make sure to try your best. And I'm not going to say that you didn't get the first time and then you're just done with GCAN. That's not true.
Well, thank you. So another question from Boramya. Can you tell us about your experience that living alone and far from home?
Borami, right? Am I saying your name? I haven't gone to college yet. I will go in August, but I can tell you about my experience living alone and far from home just because I did an exchange program to Australia. And I'm gonna tell you that it's not always fun to go and live abroad and study abroad. I didn't do that because I think it's fun, because it would be stressful, but it's for my future. But living alone and far from home makes you realize how important it is to have a community. So even if you're far from home and you don't know anyone, try to go out. I'm a very introverted person. I don't like talking and socializing with others, but this is a time you have to do that. It's a survival skill, so you get to know other people and they will invite you to their home and have dinner with them. Sometimes they take you out, they hang out with you. So try to get out of your comfort zone and go make friends. Some of them are not going to be your best friends, but at least you know someone so you don't feel too lonely. And also try to contact home if you miss your home. I make it a habit to always call my mom once a week, so that way you get to hear a lot of updates from them and just feel like you live far away from home but you're not alone.
Share a little bit too, since I'm from Montevideo and currently living in Phnom Penh alone.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not always easy. Sometimes people are like, I want to live alone, and I think they want, but when they really do, it's not a fun thing to do. You have to do everything alone. Like you come home and you see no one. And it's really stressing. Like for me, I have work, studies, and some like extra class, like language skills class. So basically, mostly not mostly busy with the school, but the housework. They have to do the housework, right? So it's not really easy to balance it, and it's sometimes lonely to be alone. Yeah. It is so lonely to be alone, and I'm like try to keep up with friends because some of my friends here too, but we study in different university, and it's really hard for us to keep in touch as much as we were in high school. And about families, like now I don't have much free time, but even though sometimes I have free time, I'm too tired to call them. Sometimes when I'm free, I just sleep. So mostly my parents, they call me first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels lonely, but if you try as much as you can to keep in touch with people around you and to communicate with other people, it's the best you can do when you live alone.
Yeah. It doesn't have so are you living like as a group in Phnom Penh, or do you just live like, do you rent like a room and just live on your own?
Just rent a room and live on my own.
That's very hard.
Yes, actually, I was supposed to live with my brother since he's in college, but he's in China. But since it's COVID, he cannot go back yet. So there's some problem at my home that he has to go back. So I have to live alone here.
I see. But it seems like you're doing well. Keep.
I'm getting used to it actually. Since I find a lot of activities to do so that I don't have the time to feel lonely. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when you're too busy to be sad and stuff.
You don't have time to just sit down and cry and be sad. You keep going. You do a lot of activities, meet new people. Yeah.
Yes, you have things to do. You have no time to be sad. Any other question, guys?
Just to let you know, thank you for all of these questions. I'm very happy to answer any of the questions, and yeah, all of these are good questions.
Need to know what they. So I want to ask you about the scholarship now. Like when you got it, like do you actually got the allowance, or I mean in financial, what do you get?
Financially, I would say that the school that I'm going to, which is Boston College, I get a full ride scholarship, so 100%. I don't really get an allowance, but what I get to do is work in campus so that I get to earn some money and spend it on my own, like on coffee, on on toothpaste, shampoo, and things like that. But I don't get an allowance.
But I think like at first I thought like Chheav is a scholarship for girls to stay abroad, but it's not.
It's kind of like a
100%
program that gives you a scholarship because the school itself is the one who gives you the scholarship, not Chheav.
Yeah. The most interesting part is that the mentor, like, they help you. So I will be grateful for that.
Yeah.
Really grateful if I have.
Sorry to interrupt. I have 5 great mentors, and they kind of specialize at different things. Some of them works at, like, they have their own foundation. Some works like they works at different jobs. I have a mentor is a doctor, so I'm sure if I'm sick, she's gonna help me recover. So they are specialized at different things, and so it's good to just, like, if you have a problem, you can always go up to them and just talk to one of them, and they are willing to help you.
Wait, you say you have 5 mentors?
Yes.
So,
yeah, so not just one, you have 5. You have 4 to 6 mentors actually, but I got 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it is, but like there's a lot of people out there to help you, so that's impressive actually. So I thought I only 1 or 2 mentors.
I didn't know that too at first, but yeah, when I got, so I don't know how familiar you all are with the college application to the school, not to Chheav, but to the colleges and universities itself. You have the common application, so you have to, those are that is the application that you're going to put your activities, your name, your family background, some of the things like that. So there's a mentor who helped me with the application process. And then I have to write 2 essays. Some schools will require 1, other schools require more than 2. And another mentor helps me with the application essay. And then I have to talk about my financial circumstance to the school as well. And there's a financial mentor who's gonna help me with putting, like, how much my house is, how many family members in my family that really work. So yeah, so those are the types of mentors I got. And another mentor helped me with, like, leadership opportunities. Another mentor helps me with school selection. So there are like 10 schools I can choose from, but I should choose one that suits me the best. And she's the one who helped me navigate through that. So those mentors are really helpful.
That is a really good opportunities. And about IELTS or SAT, do they have the specific target score, or it depends on the college you are applying to?
She can has a specific score, and then depending on the school that you're applying to, you will put that score. មានន័យថា she can គឺគេមាន target របស់គេស្រាប់ហើយប៉ុន្តែមាន school ទាំងអស់នោះគឺខុសគ្នា requirement គេខុសៗគ្នាឧទាហរណ៍ Duolingo she can requires 105 right Srin I think 105 and then ប៉ុន្តែសាលាខ្លះគេយកតែ110ទេ so you can apply so people that បាន105គាត់អាច apply ទៅសាលាដែលមាន Duolingo score 110ទេប៉ុន្តែក៏គេអាច apply ទៅ school ផ្សេងៗទៀតដែរ so បើសិនជា if you want to know the target score I think Duolingo 105 IELTS 6.5 and SAT is sorry I don't remember maybe Srin can oh it's 110 now I think it's 105 last time. It probably increased depending on the school. How about
Maybe I get it wrong. I might not remember.
how about SAT, Srin? Is it
SAT? It's 1,100.
okay? That makes sense. 1,100. Yes.
Also, a question from Tanika. Normally, is Chheav scholarship has opened to apply for?
ធម្មតា scholarship application នឹង open នៅ July បន្ទាប់មកយើងមានប្រហែលជា 3 ខែដើម្បីយើងសរសេរ essay ហើយ have like the whole application process you complete the whole application process like in September បន្ទាប់មក they will review your application essays your whole application បន្ទាប់មកគេនឹងគិតថាតើយើងអាចទៅ stage មួយទៀតបានអត់គឺជា interview stage
So any other question about Chheav? We have like 15 minutes left. Any other question? I don't have IELTS. Can I apply?
yes of course you can apply that's not one of the requirements តាមពិត IELTS នោះតើតែយើងជាប់ដល់គេហៅថា semi is it called a semi-finalist I don't remember Srin is the candidate so she might be able to answer that but the thing is យើងអត់បាច់ចាំមាន IELTS score ដើម្បី apply ទេនោះគឺក្រោយទៀត it will comes after when you got into like this stage the candidate stage ព្រោះគេមាន she can candidate និង she can scholar កាលណាយើងបានខ្លាយជា she can candidate គេនឹង give like tutoring sessions ដើម្បីឲ្យយើងអាចទៅប្រឡង IELTS យកបន្ទុកគ្រប់
Marie, what IELTS band score for?
The target score is 6.5 ប៉ុន្តែបើយល់ល្អយើងយកលើ 6.5 But I think Mali is going to get like a really high score. Don't worry, Mali.
Boramir, I'm in high school and what should I focus on?
Thank you, Boromir. So as I mentioned before, focus on your academics. Try to make it as impressive as possible. Focus on your activities, extracurricular activities. If you don't have one, make it your own. Create your own activities. If there's like volunteering opportunities around you, do that too. And focus on your English. Try to practice your English as much as possible so that when it's time for you to apply, you have like, you can get a good English score because there's like SAT, Ielts, and Duolingo, which are all tests that requires you to have good English.
So, may I ask, Wong, when you applied for the scholarship, were you in high school or you were a university student?
I was in 12th grade. So I haven't been to college yet, and I have not gone to college yet.
Okay, but you will be going to, right, in America?
I was in 12th grade, actually, just to let you know. So
Okay, well. So, in the scholarship, what do you think is that make the candidates stand out the most, like academically or other activities?
it's a balance. You can't just have a good academics like score, like a good transcripts, but you don't do other things like even you washing your dish at home, helping your family actually do stand out. So please do that. Don't be lazy. Go out, help your parents do households. Put that in your application, and it will make you look very good. So with Chheav and with a lot of scholarships in America, they look at you holistically, which means that nothing is. They don't just look at your academics and say, "Oh, this is a good student. I will take him in or her in." So try to be well-rounded. The word well-rounded means that you do a lot of things. You do a lot of activities. You're good at math. You're good at science. You're good at English. So try to be good at many things.
Okay, Yvonne. So, you did the program before, right? Like you going through like a training for IELTS or SAT that provide from she can, right?
Yes.
So, what do you think is the problems, like common problems for the scholar, like communication and stuff? What is mostly the problem for the candidate, for the scholar that got the scholarship?
Are you saying like what are the difficulties in doing the IELTS and the SAT? Is that what you mean?
Yes. No, I applied like in the process. What is the common difficulty for scholar?
Mhm. Some of the common difficulties include English. So some people do speak English, but probably I think they just need more time, probably another year or so. So if that is possible, you can, if you don't get accepted to the next stage, you should come back next year. Just try to practice your English a lot. So your English level, and also probably with your knowledge about social issues like leadership. Like, why do you want to be a leader? Chheav focuses a lot on training you to become a leader in your own country. So make sure this is something you're passionate about, becoming a leader. If that is not something for you, then maybe Chheav is not the right programs for you. Also with like your knowledge about current events, like just social issues at hand. So some of the issues you find in Cambodia, like the way LGBTQ is treated, or how women here are treated, or the politics here, the environmental problems here. So some of these things, not a lot of people actually have general knowledge about. So if possible, try to learn about these issues and be passionate about it. Don't force yourself to be passionate about it if you don't, but you should do a lot of research, observe what's around you, so that when you're actually in the interview process, in the speech process, in the pathway chat process, you're kind of like an expert. You can talk about it, and you can persuade someone to think like you. that is some of the challenges I've seen. Like not a lot of people have these types of knowledge.
Well, I agree with it. Like, for me personally, like when I speak with my friends, sometimes, like, mostly in high school, when I was in high school, when I speak, like, sometimes you have a talk with your teachers in class, like, just go that way. Like when I talk, sometimes they don't get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, at home, my family is like mostly they talk about politics also, and especially my dad. He actually intend to turn on the news like really loud, just for us, the whole house, to know about what's going on around the world in our country. Like, sometimes we say it too loud, but I say, I want you to know about these things. So that's really helps me a lot when I go into the real world. Like when I speak with my teacher, I see that other people don't understand what we are talking about. And especially when I enter university and a major in social science and international relations. So I know that, oh, that's really helps me a lot. Like if my dad did not do that, and when I was a kid or growing up, my dad did not do that, it wouldn't help me to know what I like and be who I am today and know a lot of things like today.
That's good. You should thank your dad.
Yes.
To have you informed.
Yes. Oh, 5 more minutes. Any other questions? Okay, since we have 5 minutes left, can everyone turn on your camera and take a picture? Picture time. Can you guys turn on your camera? If not, then smile.
Come on, everyone. I turned on my camera. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Someone just left the chat. Chandara, hello.
Hello. Okay, so I'm just getting 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh wait. Thank you. 7 minutes and see.
Satsin, are you there?
3 minutes. Thank you, Bong, for today. It was really helpful for me and everyone here too. And it was really fun. Like we talked a lot about everything and everything. Thank you. Thank you for the awesome sharing.
You don't intend to apply to can, do you? Okay, yes, it's my pleasure, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's good to see you all here. Have a nice day.
See you today, Bong. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll contact you a lot because I'm quite interested in this scholarship. So maybe it ends July, right? So
Yes, July.
it's almost like 3 months from now.
Mhm.
Okay. Wait, I'll stop recording.